to the Odd Box. We're getting odd. We're getting weird. We're playing Seasons of Ghost. It's a Paizo product. Unlike other Pathfinder adventure paths, this one takes place in Tianjia, where most of the other ones take place in the Inner Sea region. Tianjia pulls from a lot of Asian culture, Asian themes. Shinmin does to some extent, but it's mostly, as Paizo has said, like a claimless conglomeration of horror-themed folklore and maybe pop culture references and just scary stuff. What are some of your guys' favorite scary stories or characters or references?
Baba Yaga. I love her.
So quick.
She, Baba Yaga, eats children, and I maintain that's why Courtney likes her so much.
It's true.
She also has a flying cauldron, which is sweet.
Yeah, it's a mortar and pestle.
Chicken house?
In Chicken House.
Don't forget chicken house.
I live in a chicken house. It hasn't walked anywhere yet, but I'm sure it will with enough encouragement.
You just need a flying mortar and pestle, and then it's all together.
Oh, like they work as a set.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bed Bath & Beyond on sale.
Bed Bath & Beyond is also my favorite horror. So we have that in common.
Liminal space.
There's just too much there.
You're killing sponsors.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't
We
mean
love
cut
Bed
that.
Bath & Beyond. It's amazing.
The Beyond is all things Pathfinder.
Jeff, do you have a favorite horror?
So I might be the odd one out. I'm not a big horror buff. Like I'm just in general, I'm a fan of the classics. So like Dracula, vampires, Frankenstein's monster, things like that. But yeah, so as far as like modern pop culture, I don't know. I'm just not a big horror buff.
To be
I never
fair,
really has been.
I don't think Baba Yaga is,
Modern.
recent.
Okay, that's true.
No, she's not. She's been
Yeah.
around for a while.
Yeah, I used to really enjoy horror stuff, but my wife doesn't enjoy it at all. And in like 2003 or whatever, we went to see the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and she made me leave halfway through the movie theater, or through the movie, and it kind of broke my love for horror movies. Now every time I try to watch it, I'm like, they're just hurting people for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really like the ones where people are doing bad things. It's more of the supernatural horror that I like.
I was gonna say that too. Like if anything, I guess like ghost stories, like things that are really more creepy than just flat out like in your face serial killer stabby. You know.
I like a horror that you have to like. You don't realize it's horror at first, like Groundhog Day. Like the writer said that they thought it was like 10,000 years.
Yeah.
That he was stuck on that same day.
It's more like psychological thrillers.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's real horror to me.
Yeah. Being stuck over on repeat, not being able to do anything about it.
Yeah, monsters not so much, but like just, some force of nature that you can't do anything about.
What about life?
It's going to be the Star Trek original series Salt Monster.
That was a good one.
Yeah, shape-shifting.
Yeah.
High charisma score, beguiles you. And then it strips all of the salt out of your body at a molecular level. It's bad times. It's bad times.
Turns out you need salt to live.
Yeah.
If I were to list a couple of movies, scary movies that I like, The Conjuring is one of my absolute favorites.
That was a good one.
And then Haunting of Connecticut is one of the first ones that I really liked.
I haven't seen either of those.
You should watch them.
Yeah, they're
Come
pretty
over.
good.
We'll get through the whole thing.
I can watch it without Jody.
Yeah.
Oddbox movie night.
Oddbox movie night.
We'll just record us watching this movie.
It's
It'll
a
be great.
new Patreon segment where we riff on horror movies.
Like
Just
MSTK
horror movies?
3000 or whatever.
Or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Tony?
I'm definitely a big fan of like the supernatural stuff too. Really like The Exorcist when I was young. That was a good scary movie. But thinking about movies that I saw when I was probably too young, this one stuck with me the longest, I think. And again, it was probably because I was too young to watch it. But Fire in the Sky, based on a true story, alien abduction. And again, like I don't live my day-to-day thinking about aliens all that much. I'm not one of those people, but I remember reading based on a true story, and then, oh man, it's a creepy movie. You guys have all seen Fire in the Sky, right?
No.
I know the story. I haven't
Okay.
seen the movie.
I think
Read
we
the book.
watched it together.
We did.
Was it the one where like you can see underneath the crack in the door? There's like somebody on the other side. I don't know. I just remember that one scene, and I
That
think
sounded
it's-
like Signs.
maybe. I don't know. Whatever. My mom showed me, what was it? I Know What You Did Last Summer when I was in middle school, and that one fucked me up for a while.
Classic.
So I lived in a house that was out in the middle of nowhere, and it had a 30-something foot long hallway that turned and then kept going, and my room was at the end of the hallway.
That's a long hallway.
It's a really long
It was.
hallway.
It's a super
and when
long hallway.
the lights are off and you think somebody is standing there with an ice hook about to kill you, it's very scary.
As
So
you
I
do.
would run all the way down the hallway and hit the light as fast as I could, and then I was safe. And I always thought he was standing in my shower. So yeah, thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
As far as me, I think this is another good question. Like, the first horror movie that I remember watching that really stuck with me, that I still think about today, is The People Under the Stairs. Has anyone
I've
ever?
never seen it, though.
No.
It, like, I was much too young to watch this. It has a little kid with his tongue cut out, like, hiding in vents of these people's houses, and they adopt a kid. And, like, these people have been just harvesting humans and keeping them under the stairs and eating them for their whole lives. And they adopt kids and bring them into this environment. But, like, there were scenes where they had basically human bodies, like, just hung up like meat and hollowed out and stuff. And for me, again, I was way too young to be watching this. My neighbor had rented it, and we went over to his house and watched it. And yeah, it was traumatizing.
Yeah, I'm just old enough that some people still had black and white TVs in their house. And when I was a little kid, I saw the original Alien movie in my buddy's basement on a little, like, 16-inch CRT
In
black and white TV.
Nice.
And it was horrifying, even with the commercial breaks. And it's funny because, you know, I saw that and I never saw Alien again for like 30 years or something. And then I watched it again and I was like, oh, it's just a dude in a rubber suit. Like, it doesn't hold up as well as Aliens does. You know, the sequel was held up a lot better, I think. But yeah, it was a real moment.
The first scary movie that I ever watched was E.T.
Oh, yeah.
Horrifying.
Yeah.
Night terrors forever.
He's a little freaky alien.
He was hard looking.
Well, from the view of the alien, though, from the view of E.T., that's a horror movie.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well, when they stormed the house, that was in, like, their full, like, Kim suits and stuff. That was terrifying.
There's a lot of movies that the more you think about them, the scarier they get. Like Beauty and the Beast. Like, they Stockholm syndrome that girl so bad.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. So one of the reasons I want to explain that I'm not really into horror is I get sleep paralysis, and horror movies.
Oh, no.
Horror movies are one of the things that trigger it. It's not
worth it.
I don't need to watch horror movies to get that.
Do you then get a horror movie themed sleep paralysis demon?
Yeah, I hallucinate. I've seen demons, like, sneak in through my window and just, like, crawl up to my bed and stuff.
Is it specific to the movie though? Like, is it Chucky crawling out of it?
No.
The Willy Wonka train trolley ferry scene through the tunnel.
Oh yeah.
If you watch, like, The Wishing Tree or Adventure Time or something, do you have sleep paralysis where it's like fun cartoons?
No, I wish. That would be amazing. No, it's never been good.
You guys want to play some games?
Yep.
I think so.
Is it a horror game?
It is. Yeah, this whole one is horror themed.
I'm gonna sleep well tonight.
Nope.
After saving her grandchildren, you guys go back to the exchange where you decide to rest after a very, very traumatic day. And in the morning, you head out. You take on talking wolves who try to eat you alive. They don't really prove to be too much of a threat. So you head to the dam. That proves to be a pretty big threat. Osu struggles, but he's able to cross it with a guide wire that nobody decides to use.
I tried.
Oso did the best out of all of us.
Violet chooses to swim. Gardis gets the gift of water walking, and Ari gets dragged under the current by ghostly searching hands. Through desperation, Osu throws his 3 blessed coins into the river. The same 3 blessed coins that has almost cost you your life. But he is able to calm the restless spirits. So, after saving all of your guys' lives, you realize that you need to now go get 3 blessed coins. And Worst of all, you feel sufficiently stuck on South Bank. There's no crossing the river again, according to you guys. However, this time goes dramatically more smoothly. You know how to talk to your gods, you know where they're at, you just retrace your steps, and you get coins blessed by Abadar, Callistria, and Daikitsu. Taking some time to rest up at Old Mitsuki's before finally heading to Dawnstep Bridge. At the bridge, these gremlins are causing a commotion, and there's a drunken buso who greedily takes your poisoned sake. And, after you refuse to leave, epic battle ensues. Things get dicey, with a few critical hits and failures. But as Violet Wagon is able to relight the Eternal Lantern, the gremlins flee in a panic, and Gardis bludgeons the monster into an unrecognizable pile. And that's where we open up. He's heaving in front of this mutilated corpse of the Buso, blood and viscera dripping from his warhammer, named the Tenderizer. The dwarf, covered in gore from the dead creature, head to toe, his own wounds still dripping as the gash in his side slowly begins to stitch itself together with the help of Torreg's magic. But Gardis seems to be blind to it all. His eyes focus solely on the kill. His thoughts race as he stares down at the body through bloodshot eyes. Ari had nearly died because of him. Drowned in a river, pulled into the darkness by ghostly hands. She told him she couldn't swim, and yet he acted rashly. Gardis' carelessness had earned him a mortal wound as well, saved only by the prowess of his comrades. His failures were adding up, and his frustrations building along with them. His rage boiled over in that instant, erupting as he brained the monster again and again and again, indiscriminately splattering viscera across the cobblestone ground. The moment was frozen in his mind. He could taste the monster's blood on his lips, involuntarily flashing a memory of a time not so long ago. The early morning sun reflected off the dew building of a springtime leaves. God damn it. Read your goddamn lines.
Cut that.
Cut
No,
that,
wait.
cut
That part, leave that one in.
I'm going to leave it all in.
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
Except for the mucusy sound. I'll take that out.
No, that's the best part.
No, nobody likes mucus. That's just you.
That's
Just
the show
compile
closer.
the
Show
mucusy
closer.
sounds.
Yeah.
We'll put it in the Patreon.
Along with Jeff's
That's
collection
the
of silences.
OnlyFans?
Yeah. Jeff got real upset when he found out I was taking out the long pauses. So I'm going to put them all in a compilation for everybody.
Only sinuses. The early morning sun reflected off the dew building up on springtime leaves. Gardis stood behind the wooden counter of the Bearded Boar, the dwarven-style family eatery owned and operated by him and his father, Belric. The younger dwarf wiped the bar with a wet rag as the older stood behind the grill, frying up some eggs. There were no customers in the restaurant, and the two took that opportunity to bicker about nothing at all, as only family does, to pass the time. A pair of smooth, natural trunks from living trees rose through the floor and out of the ceiling, standing as though columns in a great mountain hall. Neither of the dwarves heard the door open, but were snapped out of their argument as it slammed shut.
Vita, but are you here for breakfast?
Violet slunk up to the bar, his long tail trailing silently behind him. The lizard snorted his reply as he sat on one of the stools. He shook his angular head no.
I hunt. You want meat?
How's about some venison? It'll go well with the new seasoning I got from Ari's kin.
Deer go deep in forest. Hard to find.
Belric grunted. Maybe you should take Gardis with you. Get him out of my beard and deep into the woods for the day. The old dwarf grumbled, still cooking his eggs.
You know, I wouldn't mind getting away from your grumpy ass either, old man.
Gardis waved a rude gesture at his father before turning back to Violet.
So what do you say?
Violet looked concerned, taking a moment to find the right response which would let his friend down easy.
Deep woods dangerous. Hunt not pretty.
Ha! You won't have to worry about danger today, my friend. There's safety in numbers. I'll go get my gear, and I can watch your back while we hunt.
Without a moment's hesitation, Gardis clomped into the back of his room to retrieve his things. Violet rubbed his rough jaw in confusion. He He had only come to the restaurant to get their meat order, not to pick up a hunting companion. The lizard silently bobbed his head in a shrug, quickly accepting the reality of his situation before muttering,
Okay, but don't complain if you die.
Gardis' memories flashes again. Now we hear crickets chirping in the cool evening air. The two hunters lay prone in a ditch, half covered with the twigs and leaves. Violet knew the hunt was not going well. It was difficult to ambush prey when the dwarf's metal armor clanked loudly with every movement he made, and it was even more difficult for Gardis to remain still and quiet. The day was nearly over, and the dangers of the forest would become perilous after the sun drooped below the horizon. This was their last chance to kill their quarry before they were forced to head home empty-handed. The adolescent doe they had been tracking was slowly making its way toward them, following scent lures that Violet had carefully placed. They needed only wait a few more precious moments for the deer to be within striking range. Gardis had been instructed to wait for Violet to make the first move, but that fact was lost on the impatient dwarf as he prematurely sprang to his feet and charged at the deer. But their prey reacted quickly, bounding away at a great speed before Gardis could close the distance. Violet had no time to think as he took off in a dead sprint down on all fours. The lizard's muscles rippled as he ran. Violet had no time to think as he took off in a dead sprint down on all fours. The lizard's muscles rippled as he ran, speeding him toward the doe. Hunter and prey soon disappeared into the foliage, a blur of colors, leaving Gardis behind. The dwarf plodded along after the pair with his warhammer still raised in a striking position. Gardis easily followed the trail through the woods. Even after the noise of them crashing through the forest had stopped, the trail they left behind was unmistakable. As Gardis came upon the pair, the sight gave him pause. The deer was still alive, panting heavily on the ground. Violet had the animal's neck clamped and tight between his jaws, and his tail coiled around the dying creature like a snake. The lizard's teeth had torn wide gashes in the deer's neck, and his tongue was wiggling around inside the holes, feeling for more veins and arteries to tear apart. Violet was covered in the doe's warm blood as it drained from the wounds. Gardis cautiously approached.
You want I should finish it off?
Violet quickly replied, cutting him off. His voice was muffled as he spoke through the doe's fleshy neck, spraying blood in a fine mist.
Blood ruins the meat.
Gardis silently stared at the culmination of their hunt. The brutality Violet showed using his body as a weapon and draining the creature of its blood was such a stark contrast to his gentle demeanor in town that it stunned and mortified the dwarf. The doe's panting slowed to an occasional gasp before stopping completely. Violet unwaveringly held on to his prey until he was certain the deer had breathed his last. The lizard uncoiled himself from the kill and stood up to his full height, towering over the short dwarf. He was covered, head to tail, in the deer's blood. Gardis had been on a few hunts before, but those were bow hunts with clean kills. He finally understood what Violet meant when he said, "Hunt, not pretty." The hunter silently picked up the deer and slung it over his back. Violet spoke in a hushed voice in an attempt to assuage the dwarf.
Death happens fast. Not much suffer.
Gardis did not look convinced. Their hunt complete, the unlikely duo began the long trek back to Willowshore. Gardis made not a sound the entire journey home. Hero point for Jeff for that amazing scene.
End scene.
And scene.
And scene.
Thank you for this.
Well done, guys.
What's the hero point situation around the table otherwise?
I have one now.
I have one.
2.
2.
How that
One
never-
of yours is under the table.
Wait
right
a second.
now.
No, I have one more. I forgot. We all got one for the last fight, so now I have 2.
How many do you have?
Just the one, I think.
So I need one more down here.
You know what I loved about that little story is that it ends with him talking about how it was a clean bow hunt, and that he's used to clean bow hunts. And part of Violet's motivation for hunting the way that he does is that he's been on hunts where like an animal got hit in the leg or something and then got lost.
yeah.
And he felt like it was wildly uncompassionate to like that's how a coward would hunt, you know. So he's like every hunt that he goes on in his mind is a fair fight, and you know they either are 100% dead or they're 100% alive at the end of it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take us back to the bridge. I want to make sure that after that amazing scene, you guys are still feeling it.
Take it to the bridge.
The fog that has been persisting, that has blocked your vision for more than 100 feet, disappears in less than a full minute. just away from the internal lantern. That feeling you had when Osu gave up the gold coins, that depressing, defeated feeling, that self-doubt, all gone. You feel strong. You feel confident. You still hear some noise off in the distance. You can't quite place where it's coming from, but it's been persistent. Clangs and clatters throughout the town. But the Eternal Lantern is relit. And you guys get some item bonuses to some skills. It's somewhat early in the day still. There's a overcast sky that you can clearly see, and it's drizzling. What would you guys like to do?
What time of day is it?
It's early. You guys woke up and came to Dawnstep Bridge, so what time do you guys think you got out of bed? Lazy fucks.
Yeah, like 11 noon.
That's just as soon as we could wake up Gardis. Like,
We were going to leave sooner, but...
You went on a
Every
bender again last night.
me and Osu had a conversation about whether or not a brand was appropriate.
Oh, no. Is Gardis still, like, attacking the Bosu? I remember when we ended last time, you were just smashing it over and over and over
That's also
again.
where we opened this time.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
That's true. Yeah.
No, at this point, I would say it's early, though. Like 7 or 8 o'clock, right?
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
7:45.
Yeah. So,
Don't
no.
get too hung up on it.
At this point, like, I have those memories flash before my eyes, and then I'm just still kind of, like, standing over it, just staring at it, just dripping blood. Like, I kind of, when this was all happening, I was just so focused that I wasn't really thinking about the implications of my actions, and to see somebody, like, completely brutalize another person like this.
Hey, Gardis,
Meh.
are you okay?
Meh.
Hey, what's going on, man?
And I kind of look around, and I see everybody else looking at me, and I kind of realize the state that I'm in, and I'm just, he's dead.
He's definitely dead. You did finish that one.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Ari looks very concerned. She'll just come up to you and kind of like pat you on the hip, just like, "It's okay, Gardis. It's okay. We're safe now. At least safer. I feel very optimistic about things."
Let me take care of this. And then Violet chomps onto like his leg and just starts like how a dog tugs on a toy, pushing all of his feet back, dragging him over to the edge of the river and hucks him over the river. Like, look, it's all gone, all cleaned up. We're good to go.
And with it, all his loot.
No,
Yeah.
go back in the
Don't do
river.
that.
As Violet Wagon is pulling him over to throw his body in the river,
A couple of things fall off.
you do find a full pack cantrip deck.
Oh,
Wow.
those are pretty fun.
You also find 3 copper coins in his pocket,
Was he trying to get him blessed too?
and they look very, very old.
You
Like
took
they are
them
not
out.
the type of copper coins you would have now.
Are they collectibles?
Yeah, they probably could sell
Anything's
for a lot of
collectible.
money.
Violet wants them. He's like, I just spent 3 coins. Can I have them? You pay me back.
You can have them.
Osu, by the impromptu throne he has set up, you find a silver scepter. And it's set with some semi-precious stones.
Wow.
is it as long as my bow staff?
No,
Oh, dang.
no. But it is worth 15 gold pieces.
Does anybody want this dumb staff?
Staff is generous.
We can sell it.
Oh, Gardis, do you want this ladle over here?
There's also, look at this cast iron pan.
It looks nice. I
Wait
feel
a
like
second,
you could
that-
put these to good use.
I think that's mine.
They're pointing out details on the map.
It's just completely crusted. It's been sitting outside for...
Oh. God, I'm going to have to clean this for hours. This is never coming out.
Also, I don't know if I told you guys this. What's your reputation point situation at?
We have 1 reputation point for Northridge so far.
Yeah.
So why don't you guys take 1 for each faction for lighting the Eternal Lantern?
So another one for each faction.
Yeah. So
1 plus 1 for each faction.
2
Yeah.
for Northridge, 1 for South Bank.
What do you guys do?
We
We should probably report this. To
Yeah.
both sides, if we can. I know that nobody's really excited about going downtown right now, but we could start by going back to the Matsuki estate.
I think we should go downtown at least to scout it out. I mean, my goal is to find my father right now.
I
So
think we could go back real quick and then, just say, like, hey, guys, the lantern's been lit, and they can start planning on what they want to do next.
Hey guys, take another reputation point for each faction now that the Bosu is dead and Donstead Bridge is reopened.
Listen, let's just split the party. It's a great idea.
I'm for it. Do it. You
I
can get
think-
twice as much done.
Exactly.
Like, how long would it take for us to go back to Matsuki?
Like a few minutes.
yeah,
I feel
but
like
really
a
not long.
Maybe 10-minute walk.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's just do that, and then we'll go across the bridge and check it out. Okay?
Okay.
All right. I don't know. It's still really early, but I kind of used a lot of myself to get here. I mean, I don't have many spells left.
You do magic now.
Yeah, I'm starting to realize that.
It's okay. We can still do stuff. You got hammer.
That's
we'll
right.
just
That's
play
fair.
it safe,
You've got us too, Gardis. We'll take care of you.
Oh, that was sarcastic. And I'm just covered in blood. Covered in blood.
It's been a big day for Gardis, guys. I think we should go easy on him.
You guys make it back to Old Matsuki's estate, and you are welcomed by applause. The effects of the Eternal Lantern are felt all throughout Willowshore, and people are like trying to hug Ari and giving Gardis breakfast foods.
I kind of want to clean up before I eat. I mean, I'm not a savage. And I look at
One of them shoves it into your mouth. Like, this is what he likes.
Bosu blood is just good seasoning.
It's going to be the South Side tradition, just shoving food into people's mouth.
They did that at the festival too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are we ready to go again? Did you need to do anything else here?
I still want to get cleaned up.
Okay. You can take a bath.
I'll just splash myself with water. Same thing.
Okay.
How long do you guys think you spent here?
I think it could actually be a couple of hours. I'm low on hit points still. I only have 8 hit points, so I need to heal myself.
Okay.
When Gardis takes a bath, he takes a bath.
Yeah.
Takes a bath.
And I also eat in that bath. Like, I have my fanny pack open, just constantly kind of snacking.
Candles. Somebody's playing music nearby.
Bosu, will you fix me up? I've got big
12
wound
that.
from javelin.
Yeah, I'll try.
I got 18 on my heal. That passes. And then heal myself for 8. So that's 16 hit points I have now out of 21.
Get a 22 for my medicine check.
Nice. Success.
That's a D8 for healing?
2d8?
2D8?
2d8. If we spend a full hour, so I'd say after this we spend an hour here, and
10
that would get
points.
me up to full hit points.
Cool. Yeah, I'm good too after an hour.
Okay.
Spend a little over an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, check in. Get healed.
It's a buzz of activity here, but it feels very different. Whereas before it was a buzz of desperation, dirty people coming in, starving people. Now they have hope. They're excited. You see laughter. You see smiling. And old Matsuki comes to you and he goes, I've been very busy the last few hours. I haven't slept at all, actually. I'm quite tired, but I was able to gather some of these things for you. And he hands Ari a big sack.
Thank you.
And he hands Osu a big sack.
Oh my gosh, you guys. These coins are the coins from the lantern.
You,
Wow, good job. You're so smart.
I knew you'd get there.
yeah, okay.
Ari, he gives you 10 minor healing potions.
Holy shit.
So I picture he hands her this bag and it's too big for her. So she'll like fall back onto her butt like Willow in the movie. He's always falling over.
That's how they transition from scene to scene.
Yeah. Whoa. So she'll fall back and she's just like sitting down and the bag is in her lap and she's just like, wow. Thank you so much.
Osu, he has given you 8 potency crystals.
I mean, what's this for? Are you trying to say something?
Huh.
Potency crystals for healing.
What are potency crystals?
Let me tell you. In the remaster, I don't think they're actually called talismans anymore. But I could be wrong.
Like, I understand what healing potions are.
Who wants the cantrip deck? Did anybody claim that?
What is a cantrip deck?
That's a great question.
Also,
so
yeah.
I know this one. If you're not ready,
Yeah, no,
okay.
please go ahead.
All right.
And then I'll do potency crystal when you're done.
So, in an effort to spread magic, the clerics of Nethys.
He's going deep.
Yeah. The clerics of Nethys make these magical cards. They're like Fulus. So they're one-time activation, and anybody can use them. You don't have to know how to use magic or anything. And so a full deck has Acid Splash, Chill Touch, Dancing Light, Daze, Detect Magic, Disrupt Undead, Divine Lance, Electric Arc. You know, it's kind of like there's 24 different cards in it.
Like one of each cantrip.
One
almost.
of each cantrip, yeah. So you have like it's just like a little tool belt. I don't think that Violet would keep them. I don't think that he would.
Folks, the entire time Kyle was explaining that, he didn't look at anything, so I'm going to give him a hero point.
Nice.
Good brain.
Yeah. Wait.
Human
hey.
encyclopedia.
I was like, I don't know if that's a good thing.
I don't
I'm
know if he
impressed,
I don't
but-
think he gets that enough. Good brain.
Good brain.
Osu thinks that the ability to prank with these is very high, so he's like very quietly thinking about it.
I also,
While you guys are deciding what to do with that cantrip deck, potency crystals. This fluorite crystal glows with strange phosphorescence. When you activate this crystal, so again, it's a one-time use, it's a free action, and you affix it to a weapon. You use it when you make attack rolls, but you haven't rolled yet. When you activate the crystal, the weapon becomes a +1 striking weapon on that strike.
for one hit.
Until the end of this turn, gaining a +1 item bonus to the attack and increasing the damage to 2 weapon damage dice.
Can I put those on my teeth?
I was thinking about that. I don't know.
Okay, so 4 for Gardis and 4 for Osu.
Sounds reasonable.
I don't care. I mean,
It says affixed to a weapon.
how
That's so.
does it take one action to apply
No,
it
it's
to a weapon?
Yeah, to apply.
I think that when you put on a talisman, it's like a 10-minute thing. Like you're supposed to put it on.
Yeah, and you can only have one talisman on a weapon at a time.
Okay, so
yeah.
you like put it on before combat, and then you just get it on your first turn, basically.
I think you get to choose when you use it.
Okay.
Yeah, you activate it. You activate it as a free action.
I hand Gardis a handful of potency crystals,
You activate it as a free action. That's really good.
and I tie one to my staff. Can I
Okay.
just tie all of them to my staff?
You can only have one,
One,
technically
okay.
affixed.
I think though the cantrip deck also flavor wise too would be good for Ari.
I would not mind having that at all.
Yeah, like as far as you like it for pranks, I think she would definitely make it. She likes it for usefulness and
Yeah.
the abilities that it gives her.
Okay, so you spend 10 minutes affixing a talisman to the item, placing the item on a stable surface, and using the repair kit with both hands. I will hand wave the repair kit if no one has one of those. Actually, you're at Old
The
Mitsuki's
estate,
right now.
yeah.
Yeah, so
We also have crafters kits, which I feel like
Yeah.
good enough.
might
That's
stand
more
in.
than good enough.
Yeah, I have one at least.
Good enough.
Mine is at home actually.
No, I'm not going to have you roll, though. But it is a 10-minute activity, so
Okay.
it's not something you'll do. Hopefully, you won't do in combat
And then you have it on your weapon,
until you use it.
and it's a free action to you activate it.
Yes.
And then it lasts for one turn,
Yes.
and then it's gone, and you have to do it again.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. That was a lot of good shit we just got.
Ari, do you want a potency crystal? I know you're not big on violence, but
What's she
just
going
in
to put
case.
it on her or who?
on a on the bow.
I do have a hand crossbow and a wakizashi, but they're mostly for show. I'm okay.
It's just a decorative sword. Like it's not even
fake.
sharp. Yeah.
It's a prop.
It's real sharp. We use it to slice melons. It's good time.
I'm going to go to sleep now.
So those were
Best of luck.
minor health pots.
The
correct?
lowest you can get.
Okay, I'm gonna distribute those around. I'll probably just keep.
No, it's okay. I really don't need one. I'm just going to sleep. Thank you, though.
I'll probably
Is
just
this
keep
Matsuki's
two.
new voice?
I don't know. I haven't found it yet.
I'll keep 2 minor health pots, and then everybody else can have whatever they want. There's 8 more to go around.
I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess we could just take 2 each.
I feel like there's 8 total, or there's 10 total, right?
Yeah.
I'll take 3 or 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like I don't need. Well,
Yeah, because you have magic, so it does help to have them, so you
Yeah.
can give them to somebody else. But like me and Ari would be the most likely. Well, I guess he doesn't have anything yet, so the 3 of us would be more likely to actually use them in a fight.
Do you guys have bandoliers and stuff?
I don't
No.
think they have bandoliers as part of the change. Like it's just like ready. They can be in your pockets or whatever.
okay.
They're like readied items.
Oh, I didn't know
I'll-
that.
I haven't
Yeah.
read the new rules as much as I should.
Yeah, I think you can just ready like 1 or 2 bulks worth of stuff.
I'll
Okay.
take.
So like
Oh.
a weapon and 10 light potions or something like
Crazy.
Okay.
Tony, I think what you meant to say was GM discretion. I think that's what you were supposed to say there.
Okay. Cool.
I'll take 1 healing potion then, and I'll kind of just keep it on me as an emergency. Like if I get downed, you know that there's 1 healing potion on me that you can like feed me.
Well, the reason why I bring it up too, and going back to your readied item stuff, if you have these readied items or whatever, like I'll dig into the rules, but anyone can see, allies or enemies will see your readied items most likely. So, like, you know, you're down, like, oh, he has a potion on his belt, I'm gonna go give it to him, sort of thing. I'm not gonna, you know. So you guys would know, for the most part, maybe not what everyone's inventory is, but you would know what their readied stuff is. So just make sure that you have that differentiation on your character sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take 3 or 4 of them if you're only taking 1.
Yeah, sure. I'll take
So
1.
I think if he takes 1, then everybody else can take 3.
Okay, cool.
Sound
Perfect.
good?
Yeah.
And then we can redistribute as needed later on.
Oh, I just realized I'm wounded, so I need to try and treat myself too.
Mitsuki, before you go to bed, do you have any more information? Have you gotten any of your deliveries or papers or whatever on downtown? What's going on down there?
There's still a lot of people missing. You guys were able to deliver a missive from Granny Who, so we actually have a good idea of who's been able to report in. It's not good. I imagine a lot of people are still downtown. There's reports of similar monsters to the Buso down there.
Yeah, he wasn't so tough.
We saw Frank and Carl dead in river.
Aw, not Carl.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of people dead in the river.
Yeah, but I could see Frank and Carl.
Thank you. I'll put them on the list.
On the deceased list.
That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 15 for my medicine check.
Cool. You
Yes.
healed 2d8 and are no longer wounded.
Yeah.
Right, you just have to receive hit points from the treat wounds to no longer be wounded.
You to be no longer be wounded. If you actually have the wounded condition, you have to be healed up to full to lose that.
No.
No.
Nope. The wounded condition ends if you receive HP from treat wounds or if you're restored to full HP and rest for 10 minutes.
Oh, either one.
So,
Okay.
yeah, treat wounds specifically heals wounds.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. Are we good here? Everybody's ready?
Downtown.
Downtown.
Yeah.
Violet's like getting excited.
Everyone
His head's
started-
bobbing, tails wagging.
Let's go.
Osu seems to be having a moment of reflection and shock over here on account of the dead bodies in the river. And Violet's like, next one. We do next thing. Violet loves to wrestle. You look like you enjoyed wrestle for a minute. You wrestled that guy's head off.
I kind of just shrug that off. Like, I'm definitely still reeling from what happened, and I'm just trying to play it down. You know what I mean?
Violet, remember, it's not wrestling when weapons are involved. That's just violence.
Potato, as you always say.
Yeah, but wrestling is his weapon.
Oh, interesting. Okay. You guys cross Dawnstep Bridge
Do you guys see those fish ponds there?
and you come into downtown, and more importantly than the stupid fish ponds, you see down here this big brown patch is an empty lot. The opulent Governor's Manor, just yesterday, the crowning jewel of downtown, has vanished. Completely gone, without a trace, as if nothing had ever stood there. The only indication that there was once a building is the empty lot around it. Just flat earth 2 stone guardian lions that once guarded the entrance of the manor, and both of them have been defaced and damaged. And you'll see those stone lions just to the northwest.
What manor was this?
The mayor's manor.
Who was the mayor again?
Governor, sorry, is it mayor or is it governor?
You said governor, I think. It's on tape. We can play it
You
back.
have to say them both now.
No, I need to just...
The mayor governor.
Mayor governor.
Yeah.
The governor mayor.
Governor's manor.
Governor.
It's the governor. I'm the governor. I'm the governor. I'm the governor.
Yeah, but who is it again? I don't even
Governor
remember.
Hishanbao.
Hishan Bao.
I think it's Heh. H-E-H. Heh.
Is that us right there on the map? The little
Gardis.
yeah.
Yep.
I helped dig these fish ponds.
Yeah, I mostly just put that out there, first of all, so that you guys could see anything at all, because without a token, the map wasn't giving you light. But this isn't quite the map we are going to be using. This is just more of our exploration map.
Ooh.
So keep that in mind, because you guys come in on this trail to the south right here, just crossing the bridge, heading north.
I love the sightline mechanics. That's really cool.
The fog of war.
Yeah, Violet, you do have a natural talent for underwater digging.
Yes. All the Roxy good diggers. At least all the ones I've met.
Wait, was it underwater when you were digging them out? How does that work?
It was like a marsh.
Well, you normally do it dry, but he prefers it the other way.
Yeah, we dug the river in first. You see the little bridge over there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a nice low spot. I dug in
Speaking
river.
of which, where the hell did the governor's mansion go?
What?
The mansion. It's just there used to be a building right here, didn't there? I mean, correct
come-
me if I'm wrong.
No.
Nobody
come to the
cares
north side a
about.
lot.
Nobody cares about building. Each pond had different type of fish. There was tilapia. There was trout. Look at how beautiful the ponds are.
But it's just Ari. Come on, back me up here.
I'm trying to, but people keep talking over me. Yes, those ponds are great.
Thank you.
Okay, now let's move on. What's up with this manor being gone? That's so strange. And the lions. Someone defaced them. They were so beautiful before.
Defaced how? Like, did somebody spray paint them?
There seem to be chipped and damaged and covered in sexual juices.
Makes sense.
Oh, Sue, did you do that?
I don't know why everybody's always giving me such a hard time.
I think you
Like
do.
I'm some sort of weirdo.
I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
Ah,
She got you.
Thanks, Gardis.
She got you with a prank.
Can we get another Gardis laugh, please? A little bit.
no.
I poke you and try to tickle you. Can I do an occult check or something to figure out what the heckers has happened?
Yeah.
I think. Do you do that, or do I?
I'm gonna let you do it.
Okay. I would love to roll. I can't get my dice. That's a natural 2 for a 7.
Yeah, it's weird.
This is so weird. She's gonna walk onto the lot and just like kind of feel around. Maybe it's
Yeah, so will I.
invisible.
You like run into a wall.
Oh,
There's nothing.
I
Walking around an
strange.
empty lot.
maybe it's Baba Yaga's house.
also think that at this point, since we lit the lantern and we saw the gremlins running away, I have kind of let my guard down. Like, I'm not trying to move
Gardis is
stealthily
down?
and stuff.
You got some of that, like when you get done with a really hard workout and you're just kind of like living in the moment. And,
Yeah.
You know.
So I'm not as much paying attention, but yeah, I'm just with Ari, sort of scouting out the empty lot.
It's so weird.
Osu walks up to the statues and he looks at them. Could I do a religion check, maybe? Perhaps.
Yeah, I don't know what. Can you tell me what that stuff is on there?
Don't touch
It
it.
looks kind of like a paste.
That's a 10.
You don't think these lines have any religious significance? The lines seem to be representative of his house, like more of like a house symbol. The damage to the lions looks, as you look around, seems to be similar to what has, happened to all of Willowshore. nothing of religious significance.
Oh God, I hope my restaurant is still there. Do you think my restaurant disappeared too?
I hope
The
not.
boar?
I don't know. There's no trees in this building.
What do trees have to do with it, Violet?
There are trees in my restaurant.
Yeah, tree building.
Yeah, we call it the Great Hall.
Are we suspicious of the forest now?
Well, I just was talking about how they're different. There's no lion statues. There's no trees. They're different buildings.
Well,
That is true.
You know what this lot would be really good for?
digging holes.
Fish ponds.
Fish ponds. Yeah.
I'm going to talk to old Matsuki and Granny about it later.
Got there.
It's good to make plans.
Thank you.
Okay, so now where should we go?
We need to go to the restaurant. We need to see if my father is okay, and honestly, I've got some stuff there that could help us.
Gardis is right.
We got to check on Midge too.
Okay, but we gotta be very
Midge is gonna
careful,
be there?
okay?
I assume so.
Listen, we should do something else.
What's the matter? Are you afraid of Midge?
No, not at all.
I don't get where you're going with this.
Okay, Gardis' restaurant it is. Let's go.
But let's go quietly and slowly so we can watch out for danger. We don't want to.
Listen, how does my fur look?
Why?
Does it look okay?
You look great.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because I feel like I get a cowlick here, and I just like
Here,
I can't work it
I
out.
can try to. I can try to smooth it out, and she'll like spit on her hand, and then try to smooth out his
Is
hair.
this? I feel like this is the least important thing to be doing right now.
I have a comb. Hang on, and she'll just start digging through her backpack and get in her disguise kit. And here, bend down a little bit more, okay? Ah, there you go.
But also, why do we have to sneak? We already lit the lantern. It should be safe down here, right?
But we don't know.
say there was more reports of Bosu-like monster?
Well, yeah, but the lantern scared them all off.
We don't know for sure. The Bosude wasn't scared of the lantern, and he was apparently able to take the coins out of the lantern.
I don't really remember. He died pretty quick there.
Are you okay, Osu?
Do you guys think Midge likes flowers?
I can fish out fish for you real quick. You can bring her fish.
That's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
You need to breathe slower.
What?
I have a paper bag. Do you want that?
It's hot in here.
We're outside.
It's hot out here. Oh, fuck yeah. I find the biggest fish in the creek, man.
Thanks, Violet. You're solid.
In the feeding pond.
Yeah,
Just got my
it'll be
back.
fun.
Can I look for some flowers to pick?
It is June. There should be flowers.
What are we doing? We got kind of sidetracked here.
These are all important. He clearly cares about this, okay?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't care about anything. I'm having a great time.
I don't even... Is this about Midge?
What?
You heard me. I don't think I stuttered or nothing.
What's about Midge?
What
about her?
You're hyperventilating.
Is it her eyes?
What? Listen, I don't even know if Midge is going to be there. She doesn't live at the restaurant or
I'm
anything.
sorry. I got lost in my own head. What were you just saying?
I don't even think she's going to be there. She doesn't live at the restaurant. She just works there. I mean...
Crisis averted.
Your restaurant is in shambles.
Holy shit. Is this the outside? Can we see?
There is no interior.
You just mean on the map. There is an interior, right? Like, it exists. I didn't just
gone.
dream this one day.
Disappeared.
The restaurant is in shambles. Almost all of the cookware is missing.
Son of a bitch, that was my pot.
What is left is thrown on the floor. There is no knives. There are no tenderizers. Anything that could be used as a weapon is most likely gone. The food is across the floor, and a lot of it is missing as well.
Gardis, I'm so sorry.
There also seems to be some blood behind the counter.
I'm going to reach down and touch the blood. Is it still wet?
No.
Okay, it's dry. I mean, is it just normal blood? It could be anybody's blood.
It's just blood.
How much blood? Like a lot of blood?
Like a pint.
It's a bit, but it's not a lot.
Yeah, don't worry.
Is
It
there,
always looks a lot more when it's across the floor.
I've seen more dried blood than this.
is there a trail or is it just one spot?
It's like a smear, like across the floor behind the bar.
Balric! Balric, where are you at? I'm just gonna start wandering around and like also wander downstairs to my house in the burrow.
Yeah, you go through all of it, and it all looks to be demolished and ransacked, destroyed. Your beds are like flipped over and torn apart. The feathers and straw that you stuffed your pillows and mattress with are torn apart and sodden.
I start poking around. Can I do like a perception roll or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to look for at least my things that were there, which I had 2 healing potions and an alchemist toolkit.
10.
We're doing great with our perception checks today.
You find a small, almost shaped rock. You're not quite sure what it is, but it's like a worked stone. Fits about in the palm of your hand.
Gardis.
An almost rock.
Gardis.
Wow.
Is this important? And I hand it to Gardis.
Is it important? I don't know.
This looks like something your father may have been working on.
Honestly, I have no idea if it's important or not.
I think you should hold on to it.
All right, are you getting a feeling about it?
I am.
I would like to detect
I'm
magic.
gonna put it in my pocket, but there's also a definite.
That
you
was good.
Don't detect any magic.
Okay.
You are able to find your stuff, Gardis,
Okay.
for the most part. You have a little cubby. Where do you keep a secret little cubby? You don't have to tell all these guys, but you have to tell me.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. It would probably be where my tools and things are. So sort of in my working area.
Downstairs.
Yeah, everything is downstairs. We have our home is actually dug. We bought the restaurant, and then we dug out our home underneath the restaurant. So it's not quite a dwarven home. It's still on the riverbank of a forest. So, but we worked in the live roots and everything into the house, and we tried to make it as dwarven as we could, and that's some of dwarven architecture. But there's definitely a lot of natural elements there as well. There's supports, not made of the bones of my ancestors, so my house isn't going to just instantly collapse.
And you could find your alchemist kit, but it would take about 10 minutes to pick up.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be picking all that stuff up and stuff.
I'll help him.
I like the
And
idea.
could I find my 2 healing potions?
Yeah, it was with your cubby. That's why you were describing your secret cubby.
Cool. Yeah. Okay.
So for anybody who's wanting to do some illegal tunneling, the lower the ceiling is, the more stable your tunnel is. It's more important than maybe not more important, but it's very important. Like how wide and then how tall.
I thought you'd never ask.
So I like the idea that the dwarves would maybe cut it like 6 feet tall or something. So if Violet comes down with you the whole time, he's like scrunched.
No.
There's no
Yeah.
reason for us to cut it high.
Like 5.5 at most.
Yeah.
Why would they have to go 6 feet?
Whatever. They want They want to be able to do some calisthenics in there.
But yeah, for sure. Like I said, it's definitely. But our walls are worked. Like anywhere where there would be mud showing or dirt, it's plastered over. So we've made it a home. We've made it a dwarven home, but it still does have a lot of natural elements built into it. Just like the upstairs restaurant does, where it has the living trees as columns. Like we've sort of built it like an eating hall in the mountain.
I assume that you have a cool chest somewhere.
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna put Magus fish in it.
Midges.
Midges fish in
The
it.
fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Save it for later.
Save it for later.
It's real smart.
Yeah. All right, so Belric obviously then isn't here. I bet that's not his blood up there. He probably killed some gremlins or bosu or whatever the hell was here, or
You're
some
right,
snakes.
Gardis. You're right.
Yeah.
He's out there somewhere. I can feel it.
Yeah.
It's not even much blood.
That's not enough blood to kill him, even if it
Yeah.
was his. But I doubt it's his.
Yeah.
I
Dwarves
think
have
he's
so much
okay.
If he's anything like you, he's full of blood.
Yeah. I also, while we're here, as we're leaving, I want to just grab a pint, grab a bottle or a small cask of just ale, just to take with me. Is there anything?
You are able to find about 10 ounces of what you would consider to be your worst beer.
Shit, that's not even very much. I'm just gonna drink it immediately. I'm just gonna. Oh god, I don't even want to bring this with me, but anyway.
This is so gross.
It's not good enough to take with me, but it's still ale.
It's the leftover from your beer competition.
No, it's not. I would have gotten rid of that. No evidence.
You guys are collecting your stuff, and you begin to make your way out of the Bearded Boar.
Well, shit. Where are we supposed to go now?
We could go to the other estate and let them know that the lantern's been lit.
Go see Granny.
I thought there would be more to do downtown, though, too.
I mean,
We can look around more.
I didn't really care about doing anything aside from finding Belric, but now that he's not here, I don't really know where to go. Is there, being in my house, can I make a roll? Are there any clues as to where he might have gone? Like, he didn't leave, he probably wouldn't leave a note, but are there just any clues as to where he would have gone?
Roll a survival check.
on this episode of Gardis, the drunk detective.
Ooh, 17. It's not bad.
No, not bad at all. You can tell that there seems to have been a fight in here, obviously.
Yeah.
But the distinct lack of any communication is worrying, right? Like, he didn't leave a note. He didn't say anything.
I don't think he would leave a note, to be honest. That's just not his style. Okay, so yeah, there is a distinct absence of any clues.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And,
so that,
yeah, and then, of course, this place looked like it has been attacked.
yeah, honestly, to me, the I don't think he would leave a note or anything, but the distinct absence of clues makes me more think that he was taken rather than left of his own accord.
As you guys begin filing out of the Bearded Boar, you hear a screech. "Rah!" And these birds come flying out of the clouds. The good news is they're not talking. The bad news is roll for initiative.
Look out!
How's that the bad news?
Natural 20.
Natty 20.
Holy
Whoa!
Two fur.
Two
Fight
for...
just got real short.
Mm-hmm.
Osu, total?
total is 24.
Ari, total?
26.
Oof. Gardis,
Not as impressive, 16.
Violet Wagon.
24.
Damn.
Eventually we'll roll a Yahtzee. We'll get it.
We were
5
so
20s?
ready.
Yeah.
No.
Tony will roll one.
Kyle didn't roll a 20.
No, I rolled a 17 though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's
eventually.
But a Yahtzee is 5.
Eventually we'll get there.
Did
Tony
you
will roll one.
calculate your new perception?
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a moment of shame for the listener. When I made my character, I was in a giant hurry and I messed up like 4 things. I got too many skills. I wasn't using gravity weapon. I was charging myself a multiple attack penalty that I didn't need, but I wasn't hunting prey, so I didn't actually deserve the flurry.
Well,
It's been a real mess.
I actually forgot that you were a ranger before because you haven't done like any ranger things except for narratively.
Right.
And, yeah, but I think we should start over.
He's the second monk.
Yeah, you're the shittiest ranger I've ever seen.
I'm new to Ranger.
It's because he's in town.
It is Ari's turn.
Perfect.
I don't know if we're doing combat music, but it's Ari's turn.
I would
Oh, yeah,
love
yeah,
combat
yeah,
music.
yeah.
Okay, so Ari sees these scary,
Loop that,
not
loop that.
talking birds coming in, and she's ready. She pulls out
You know
her
it's good.
erhu and starts playing, and does courageous anthem, and then she will cast shield on herself as well. She starts playing a jaunty tune.
Kind of like this.
Yes.
It is now Osu or Violet Wagon's turn. You guys get to decide. Once you decide, I'm locking it in.
Oh, Violet's in front of me. I like push him.
Okay, I go first. Are they in the air or are they on the land?
They're like 15 feet in the air.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna hunt prey on the one on the left.
Whoa, what is that?
Yeah, you're a ranger?
Yeah,
I thought Lizard was the class.
that it is. That's the way I'm playing it anyway. I'm gonna draw my boomerang.
Is that for real?
Yeah. I got 2 weapons. I have a boomerang and a bola.
After this session, you all are sending me your character sheets.
It's always been on there.
Just wasn't expecting.
I
a
remember him
boomerang.
talking about it. In
No,
Session
I'm excited.
Zero.
No, I'm not upset. I'm excited. I just was not expecting a boomerang.
Yeah.
Nobody
ever
expects.
expects a
Let's
boomerang.
see it. Let's see it.
Okay.
That is fair.
And then I'm going to reach back and I'm going to huck it just as hard as I can.
+1.
Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit.
I'm obviously a little rusty using the boomerang because I just nick it, and there's a whole 1 point of damage going into that thing.
+1.
Oh, 2 points of damage going into that thing.
Is it a magical boomerang?
No.
You don't seem to hurt it seems to go through this tiny creature.
I'd say
I think I clipped its wing, but it doesn't seem.
I look at the rest of the team, and I'm like, Haunty Bird!
Oh no!
I thought all
Osu!
these.
Osu, pray it away! Pray away the Haunty Bird!
Pray away the hunties.
I thought all these ghosts were out of here.
Don't call him that!
You know what? I don't even think those work.
It is Osu's turn.
He gets like this when he's drunk.
I'm not even drunk. I had like 2 sips. 10 ounces.
That's about 2 sips.
2
Yeah.
sips. Gardis. He's got a big mouth.
I want to do a religion check.
I'm gonna roll this one.
Okay.
What's your bonus to religion?
4.
These seem to be very similar to the wolves, the boars that you've been fighting. They are somewhat incorporeal, but creatures that need to be slain nonetheless.
Okay. I go for a flurry. Are they within reach?
They're 15 feet in the air right now.
Can I jump attack?
Can you jump 15 feet in the air?
No, I got 10
He's
feet
got 10
reach.
feet of
Yeah,
reach.
he only has to
Oh.
jump 5 feet.
Can I climb up Violet?
I'll give you a jump attack, but I'm not gonna let you flurry.
That's fine.
Okay.
Do you want me to do the jump first?
Athletics?
No, you can jump.
Okay.
Because again, you only have to do 5 feet, right?
So scurrying up the back of Violet, I leap off of his shoulders.
Oh my god.
Spinning kick.
And I roll a nat 1.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh no.
So I want to say that I do a front flip and just face plant from my maximum height.
Full scorpion.
Yeah, I want to go prone for this one.
You are prone, you drop your weapon, and
How much fall
a
damage
little
does he
imperative.
take?
No damage.
Oh.
Wow.
You're such a nice
side are you
GM.
on?
You're such a nice GM.
Uzo, did you soap your feet? You can't even jump.
So keep in mind you are off guard while prone. Although that was, I guess, run, jump, that's 2.
Yeah.
So you have 1 more. You can grab your weapon, stand up, neither.
I'm going to stand up.
Okay.
1 action to feel shame.
Yes, 100%. Very embarrassed. I'm glad Midge isn't here right now.
Me too. She doesn't like birds.
Or Haunties, probably. I mean, I don't know her very well.
I don't know how she feels about those things. But birds? Oh, don't get her started on birds.
This bird is gonna do a dive attack past Osu, who's now standing. Cool. 21 to hit.
Osu?
Osu, 21 to hit Osu.
Hits.
So it just dives down and dives its beak into you for 3 points of force damage.
Okay.
It's going to try to hit Violet Wagon on its way through. Adjusted 20 to hit.
That's a hit.
5 points of force damage.
Stupid Haunty Bird.
This one on the left here is going to try to do another dive attack on Osu. So you guys are just being swarmed by these ravens. They're flying all around you. Natural 1. This raven gets stuck on you as you like jump up. It was trying to do a dive and you monk style get up and it just stops right there in front of you. And lastly, the one on the right is going to do a dive attack past Ari and Gardis.
No.
Damn, I'm rolling rocks over here, guys. Adjusted 21 to hit, as opposed to a natural 21.
Oh no.
Yeah. Against who?
Ari,
Yes.
3 points of force damage.
Ow.
17 against Gardis.
Miss.
Really?
18.
Ooh. Always bring a dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, dwarf turn.
As it's like swooping down, I'm hoping that it's not going to be 15 feet, and I'm like lining up just a baseball shot with my hammer as it's like swooping down.
It is within reach right now.
Yeah.
Activating that talisman would make your weapon magic.
That's true. I didn't put it on. I didn't say I put it on. I just took them. Yeah, well.
Such is life.
Mm-hmm.
C'est la vie.
Oh, that was so close to a nat 20. 8 plus 6 is 16 versus AC.
That's a hit.
All right. For 6 plus 3, 9 damage. Wait, no. 10 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Is it magical?
No.
10 damage?
Mm-hmm. Does it still feel like he does something?
It feels like you kill it.
Oh, fuck yeah. So yeah, as the bird is swooping through, as this raven is swooping through it, me and Ari, I like jump to the side and get the tenderizer and just do a full-on baseball swing and just fucking hammer the thing, and it flies off and like hits the wall and falls to the ground and just dissipates.
I was gonna say it hits the wall. There's like feathers everywhere,
Yeah.
and as it hits the wall, it all just kind of like disperses into ephemeral smoke.
You got to cue that baseball bat noise for that one.
I do, yeah. That was awesome.
I still have 2 actions left, and I am going to cast Divine Lance.
Oh, is that one action? Oh,
It's 2. The first
sorry.
hit was 1 action, and this is 2.
You're like, I have 2 actions left,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, he has 1 action left.
So I think one of the things is that I'm realizing again is that it's not like my god giving me magic. It's kind of like I have this magic and have this power. I don't have to ask him every time I use it, and I don't have to kind of wait for Torag to sort of do the things. Like I'm really just trying to figure out how to do this stuff, and I just kind of reach out and into myself rather than that, and just fire a Divine Lance from my hand at one of the other birds. So that's unleash a beam of divine energy. Make a ranged spell attack against the target's AC. Oh, that's not as good. That's going to be 10 versus AC.
That's not gonna cut it.
Yeah. So that blast just arcs wide, but I'm like kind of looking at myself and the energy that flew out of my hand. I'm like, holy shit!
It worked.
Yeah.
I do feel like imagine even though you missed, like that was an amp turn, right? So Ari begins playing, just sawing away, and everyone gets uplifted. Violet Wagon throws his boomerang in an arc, which does absolutely nothing. Osu tries to use him as a jumping pad and face plants in the dirt right in front of him. These ravens just begin bombarding all 4 of you, and then Gardis is like, enough. Sidesteps one, sends it back into oblivion.
Tease it up.
Yeah, and then like right after that, shoots energy out of his hand for like the first time in his life. Like Gardis is really starting to feel it, and we're gonna go to round 2 and start it with Ari.
Okay, so Ari is playing her Urhu, and she looks down at her shoulder where the bird struck her, and it's bleeding, and she's so mad. She's like, how dare you? And she's going to cast Courageous Anthem again, and then she will do her first aggressive cantrip. She will cast Phase Bolt at the bird that's closest to her, and it's an attack roll.
Yeah, let it out.
That is 18.
That's a hit.
Okay, 18 to hit. So from her Urhu, a shot of force magical energy shoots out and hits the bird for 6 piercing damage.
And that's magical, right?
Actually, 7 piercing damage. It is
Oh,
magical.
+1.
How much? I'm sorry.
7.
7 total. It's reduced by 1. You kill a raven.
Oh my gosh! I killed it, guys!
Hell yeah,
I
Ari.
killed it! I feel weird about it, but it's not alive.
No,
So it's fine.
When did you guys start
It's
doing
fine.
magic?
Look at us.
That's my turn.
We're quite the pair. Look at us now here.
Violet Wagon.
So Violet is gonna, inspired by all the magic flying around, he's gonna try to do his own magic and cast gravity weapon. And you're gonna see his whole face just looks like it gets heavier all of a sudden. So it's casting on his fangs.
It's like those old sour commercials where your face just like sucks into itself.
And, like
Is your
sinking the
snout
earth
shorter?
a little bit, yeah. And then I'm gonna bite at the one next to Osu.
Do you have to move?
No, he's in that 5-foot square.
Oh yeah, he's just tiny.
He's tiny. How does a 26 strike you?
+1.
27 strike you.
Every time.
That's a crit.
Woo.
Nice.
Good job.
20 points of bite damage.
You're trying to eat this phantom raven as it's disappearing into the smoke, so you try to like eat it faster as it disappears. And as we're just like zooming in on your gravity face, trying to eat this raven quicker than it's disappearing, we just fade to black.
Everybody want to give me a check?
1, 2, 1, 2.
3, 4, 3, 4.
I'm not continuing that.
This is Green Leader checking in.
Red 5 is down.
Red Fox checking in.
It's not a thing.
It is now.
Red Fox.
Red Fox?
Who?
That's me.
What was the show?
Who is Red Fox? He's an old actor.
He loved Rumplemints. Rumplemints?
Rumble. Oh, hey. I was going to ask you guys how you felt about the idea of doing stuff without any sound effects, because it would make me a lot easier to add them in later than to play it.
I personally hate that idea.
Are you talking about like music,
Like music?
and stuff?
Yeah.
It makes a huge difference to me.
Okay.
but-
If there has to be a way. I mean, I don't know.
I'm
I
also
guess I
kind of
don't know.
bummed that we can't do any of the Foundry sound effects because they had some good ones in there too.
There has to be a way to like be able to play music without also recording it.
There is if we have a different soundboard.
Oh, okay.
What do we need? We need a second soundboard?
Well,
We just need a more
And a
expensive
third,
one.
yeah, we just need a more expensive one.
Let's get it.
Okay.
Like
All
6,000.
right. I'll find it.
Okay, let me know.
Phone check, everybody. Phone check.
Oh, yeah.
Empty
Should we go through
bladders,
the
cold
the
water.
checklist, please?
Oh, empty
Checklist
bladders.
saves
That's a
lives.
good idea. I should go pee real quick.
Fill
I'm like
up,
a toddler.
Fill up on what flavor is it again? Orange Dreamsicle
Please do that
Monster.
again.
Yeah.
Please,
All right. The mics are hot.
just like these takes.
I love it. I haven't charged this thing up at all, and it still has 50% battery life.
Nice.
Like since we started playing.
Yeah, those things are amazing.
Yeah.
Really cool technology.